next to stuff that nobody thought of yet. We making it the meta. As long as it's a game that people wanna play, we better. As long as it's a game that people wanna play, we good. We good. We ain't chasing moments, we making them. Don't get long and short to do. We try to head the ball, on the portal, popping people at. It's ready. Game of whatever's happening next, of stuff that nobody even thought of yet. We making it the meta for undust, so artisans, cheat agnostic artisans. As long as it's a game that people wanna play, we good.
What's up, y'all? We definitely got to get the abridged version of that intro, Drago. But anyway, I digress. It is Thursday. It is the WIP. Shout out Fox Yoga for holding it down for the pre-WIP. If you don't know, this is Matthew, aka Nifty Time, coming to you live right now from Portland, Oregon. I should double check. Audio quality okay? Am I in the veggie drawer? What's the situation? Yes. There you go. Thank you, Drago. Anyway, super stoked to get into today's show. We're coming towards the end of summer. And with that, a lot of the builders that have been heads down, touching grass, sand, waves, all the above, have also been cooking a lot of heat up. And one of those builders, the legend Metageist, is coming through today. Will be giving us a sneak peek of their latest and greatest over in Hyperfy. So super excited to deep dive into all that goodness. But let's get some quick shills out the way. Rizzo and I continue to talk shit over the Matthew and Rizzo show. So check out the latest episode. If you feel so inclined, do give that a listen/download. We appreciate it. We love it. And also just let us know if we're on base, off base, all the above. Also, let's keep the pressure campaign up on Ben and CryptoVoxels. I know. See Cody in the house. Last week we had a big discussion, impromptu, the WIP, talking about what can make CryptoVoxels great again. And yeah, let's keep the pressure on, keep the ideas flowing, show Ben that we still care, because we all do, and we will make it great again. Firecaster's dead right now. Currently, should be back online shortly, I guess. Don't know how that happens, but when it does, it is a Big Tip Thursday. Over there on the Purple app. If you have tipping installed, you go set up the big tip action, and then all your tips get sent to a big tip jar smart contract. And at the end of the day, a lucky tipper will get selected as a winner, and someone whose cast you liked will be selected and split the earnings that have accrued throughout the day. Right now, I think it's around like 500 buckarooskies. That is my last show. I will shut this shilly mouth up right now so we can get into the show. But before that, Rizzo, dude, take the mic away from me and get this hype train rolling for the WIP today.
Yes. I'm excited. Can I get a mic check? Does that sound right?
Yes.
I'm good.
All right. Yes. All right. Some housekeeping. Shout out Foxy Yoga, Dragonade, as always, for holding down the pre-WIP and all the things that we don't know how to do ourselves. Really appreciate that. And shout out Metageist for serving it up today. Always love this sort of an in-house WIP from one of the crew. And I won't even I'll spare the details and let Metageist do the talking on that. If y'all were here last week, you remember Matt being really cryptic about making CryptoVoxels great again. He said all this weird shit at the beginning, and then between last week and this week, wearables started flying, and all this weird stuff is going on, right? So anyway, Sho and I have a secret for all of you, and we're not even gonna beat around the bush about it or pretend we don't have a secret. We have a fucking secret. And we were gonna have a vacation next week for the WIP, but we're not. Show and I are going to take over the WIP, and we're going to tell you all about it. And I'm going to give you one small, gigantic hint. If you've ever signed the guest book in the history of the WIP, you have a vested interest in being at the WIP next week. And not even Matt knows, because Matt was being weird. And so we kept him out of the loop, but we told him to not go on vacation. So y'all want to come here next week. And yeah, no, don't worry. Yeah, but Matt doesn't know. And it's gonna, yeah, show knows, I know. That's it. We kept it tight. No, it's not. It's way better than hats. Matt's out of the loop, and it's way better than hats. Anyway, so yes, definitely come through next week for a big announcement. In the meantime, please click on all of our shit. We have a Warpcast channel that you should be posting on. We have a YouTube channel. That's the raw footage from last week. If you missed last week with the B minor, it was really reminiscent of like old whips, honestly. It was absolute chaos and Substrata. Easy disappeared. He logged in from the dentist office and like couldn't find everybody. And like, instead of following directions, everyone just crashed into everything. It was honestly fantastic. So, getting back to our roots. If you're in HyperFi, you can sign the guest book properly in world if you're like a true Metaverse native. If you want to Slack and sign it in Discord, I just dropped the link right here. And like I said, you want to sign this guest book. This week, we got Fabiano Rats on Butterflies coming your way. If you've been signing the guest book ever, you should be checking your OpenSea wallet, hidden folder, regular folder. You got a lot of stuff in there. And I've been sending prizes out too. I'm behind a week on the Stella Cat prizes. Is she here? Okay, she said she might show up. It's like the middle of the night where she is. Like, oh shit, I forgot to give out her stuff. I have a ton of cat stuff to give out too. So do things, sign the guest book. None of this.
Rizzo, you just rugged.
But you still want to sign that thing. Fuck. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you need to repeat the last 5 seconds of whatever you said.
That's what you get for keeping all the secrets from you, dude.
Yeah, it was actually. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
It was really just okay. It was all you missed was 5 seconds of me gloating about keeping secrets from Matt. So you didn't really miss anything. Sign the guest book. Click on our shit. Watch the raw footage. If you're in, you're going to want to use HyperFi today. So if you're not in HyperFi already, don't worry. We're going to be moving parcels soon. But some basic HyperFi stuff, if you're not familiar with it, you might want to mute your tab if you're getting double audio. If you want to jump, you double tap space. If you want to jump, you press space bar. If you want to fly, you double tap space bar. If you want to dance, you type /dance, and you can figure out the rest. If you can't figure it out from there, you're screwed this week anyway. But you should still come out and hang out and sign the guest book, like I said. Let's see. We're gonna take a group shot after Metageist says his thing, and we compete for his stuff. Stick around for the afties of the show after we wrap the event. And if you don't know, I have just been posting about it in all caps because I'm so over us not getting our own cycle here. So we're in our 10,000th year. We've been doing this forever. We've had everyone who's done anything in Web3 come through our meetups. So if you like what we do, donate to the WIPmeetup.eth. It gets chopped up amongst our crew. If you want to donate us a bunch of money, we will love you forever and build some big dank thing for you. Hit up Matt and I, and we will not rug you. And if you want to give out stuff like a lot of people in the community have, including Stella Cat, who I'm still unloading all the stuff that she gave us to y'all, hit us up because we love stuff and we love to give out stuff. Am I rugged again? I think I keep putting my hand over the mic.
You're good.
Anyway, I'm good. Okay, cool. Yo, shout out to everyone who makes this happen every week. Foxy Yoga, Easy, Paradox Show, Dragonade, Commonwealth the Stowaway, Brookhawk, Fabiano, Patricia, Fractilians, Johan, Matt, Metageist, 9/0, pretty much all y'all too. Thank you very much. And I think that's pretty much everything for now. I followed instructions. I did not leak any of Metageist's alpha, but he's got a lot cooking up and we're going to migrate soon, but we are going to do it together in true chaotic fashion, uniformly. So I'm going to throw the mic over to Metageist and get the link ready for y'all when I get the cue to drop it, and we'll kick this thing off.
Hey, WIP fan, can you hear me all right? How's sound?
Yes.
All
Great.
good? Nice, cool, thank you. All right, brilliant. Yeah, so in true WIP fashion, I just wanted to share something that's been on my sort of back burner for quite a long time. I'm trying to sort of figure out now what sort of motivated it. But if I just post an image in the chat now, you'll see baby Metageist from over 20 years ago with my first Metageist t-shirt on. That's what Metageist used to be. I used to do skateboards and t-shirts many years ago. And I've recently been, despite working on loads of art projects, sculptures and collections and things that are I'm sort of getting like paralysis over and sort of getting scared about and just struggling to get over the finish line. I've decided that I'd like to get back into this sort of thing as a means of being able to just create art for the fun of it but still get it out there, but also as a means to sort of like get sort of like normies, Web2 people into the space. So I've been trying to think of ways in which I could sort of stitch things together in a simple way as I can possible to allow people to come in, maybe buy a hoodie because they like a bit of artwork, but see that those people that have supported me in the past, who have NFTs from years ago or whatever, have access to different merch and cheaper things and exclusive things because they hold NFTs in their wallets. So it's an attempt to try and sort of breach that gap and try and show a little bit of real world fun, low pressure utility to having collected digital artwork in the past. If Rizzle can put in the link to the Hyperfi, I'm standing in my space and I'll let it load. If you could like just linger around me when you get in there in a minute or two. And then I'm going to explain what the plan is. Basically, it's a treasure hunt. And I've got some artwork that you'll see in front of you that is inspired by crypto voxels and the WIP. And that is now been made as on the back of a real world high quality hoodie. And I've got a collection of hoodies and t-shirts, but this one piece in particular, it looks kind of like a giant stained glass window at the moment, to be honest, at the back. It's called the Keystone. You can't fly in this map because it would make the treasure hunt too easy. So you can't fly, but if you look right up, you'll see a giant picture that I did made in Photoshop a few months back, showing two crypto voxels avatars lifting a keystone up. Now, the idea is that there's a bit of teamwork happening there, and they're putting the last keystone up into what is a glitching portal. So the beam of light coming down from the keystone is like a glitching sort of dark area. It's a little bit themed like the space itself, the Hyperfi space. I'm just going to ramble for a bit while people sort of join. But basically, there's an avatar available to collect. And if you get the avatar, you're going to be able to get a discounted version of the hoodie down to almost free. I can't quite make it free at the moment with the system that I've put together, but it's going to be like $4 or $5 instead of $50 or $60 for the hoodie. In the space now, we're going to have a bit of a treasure hunt. I'm going to wait a little bit longer while people load up, but the website itself, the merch store, is, if you could put that link in the chat, Rizzle, that'd be great. It's loot.metageist.com/loot. And what I'm doing is I'm taking crypto payments, but also token gating some of the items. So there's been a bit of a miscommunication over the last couple of days, and there's a little bit of functionality that I would have liked to have happening now, but it's not, partly because I've been ill, so excuse me while I drink some water. Yeah, if you hang around with me for just a little bit longer while more people load in, I'll explain what we're going to do. So there are three hidden things hidden away in this map that you need to find. There are two cubes that look like the cube in the artwork that's being held up by the mannequins. There's two squares, blocks with eyes on them hidden in the map. If you find one of those and stand on top of it and take a screen grab and share it in Discord and Twitter, I will be able to give you a free t-shirt, and I've got full international fulfillment and print on demand services for really high quality t-shirts, and I've got a bunch of different designs that you can choose from. If you find the gold prize, the first prize, which is an avatar, you'll see a breakdancing avatar to do the same thing. take a screen grab, and then share it, and then I'll be able to give you a free avatar that's also available to mint at the moment, and that avatar unlocks the almost free hoodie. So the idea is that this is the first attempt at trying to sort of tie an avatar to a hoodie, and then see how the process goes as the website sort of comes together. So the first collection of items are very Metageist, I suppose. There's like a bunch of t-shirts and a bunch of hoodies, and they've all got my sort of legacy artwork on it over the years, and you'll see that in the future they will be sort of token gated pieces. What I'm going to say now is I'm going to say from now on, you can now run around the space and try and find the 3 different prizes. Now that we've got a handful of people, quite a few people in here, just run around. You can't fly. If you touch the water, you will die and you'll be teleported back to the beginning here. So keep that in mind. There's lots of little traps and holes that will drop you into the water, and then that will sort of like that might kill you and respawn you back at the beginning. So be careful of that. There are orange hexagons that are bouncers. They are going to be really useful as you try and find these keystone cubes or the avatar. And there's also these gnarly little hovering vehicles that are more or less are the same, but some of them function slightly differently to the others. They are going to allow you to get around the space a little bit faster. So the avatar is a collaboration with a friend of mine called Pete. He's called Planet VR on Twitter. And he's done this beautiful avatar with really high detail, but really lovely topology. A really nice, it's like a new template for future examples of humanoid avatars wearing the hoodies. And they're gonna basically allow you to get token gated access to new things. But I'm also going to be creating some gating for legacy artwork, I say, or like rather early artwork from myself, to allow this to become sort of like a Web3 enabled apparel company, I suppose, like a brand. Probably still under the Metageist, to be honest, but Loot is the name of the collection. The long-term plan as it sort of refines itself based on your feedback. I want all of your feedback, please. Your criticisms, what's working, what's broken. There are some annoying things about the site. There's some very lame thumbnails that are very cheesy that I need to replace, but that's taking quite a long time. Ordering using crypto works, but it's definitely better if you go initially through your MetaMask wallet or your Phantom wallet. You can buy merch using Ethereum, as well as Solana and Bitcoin and Pepe at the moment. But basically any ERC20 I can make usable on the site. And I'm going to be using... Yeah.
Real quick, a bunch of us have been kind of blocked from entering. We're getting a message saying that the world has reached the maximum number of people set by the owner.
Okay.
Is there any way to...
Yeah, I can put that up. I'll put that up. It's on 40 now.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry. Is it working? Are people being able to navigate otherwise? It looks like I can see people running around and it seems to be working. I tried to keep it quite light, but I also wanted to make sure that I made something that feels a little bit big, really, rather than a small space.
Yo, Metageist, appreciate everything that you built here. I know we've had some people like getting in, still trying to get in. Give everyone one more time a recap of exactly what they're looking for in the parcel and what they need to take screenshots of, and then maybe we can get like, I don't know, 5 minutes of like search music going on while people zip around on these vehicles. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. Basically, there are cubes that look like the cube in the artwork. If you look up at the giant billboard, there's these 2 mannequins holding a cube. There are 2 of those, and then there's a breakdancing mannequin, and those are the 3 prizes. And if you use the jumpers and the vehicles, that will allow you to get around the space quicker. If you fall in the water, you will end up back at the beginning again. It's really hard to sort of know how
hard the puzzles are, but I've been doing them over and over and over again, just testing them. And I can find the things very, like within 5 minutes, I can get to all of the pieces. But when you don't know the space, it will take a little bit longer. So you will inevitably fall in the water. And restart. But yeah, you're looking for cubes with eyes on and a breakdancing avatar. Those are the 3 prizes. They equate to 2 free t-shirts and 1 free hoodie and avatar. The avatar is up for as a 50 edition for 0.03. So you're looking at like a $90, $80 or $90 sort of prize as the first prize there. But the long-term plan is to keep building this site up and share my progress in terms of using and leveraging AI to create to do some of the sort of social media SEO stuff that would normally be something that I would do myself, and build something that sort of runs in the background. And I've also been doing, if you look at the loot page that you would have linked in the chat, I've been making some really cool, quite cinematic looking videos of robots wearing the t-shirts, which was a process using Photoshop and Midjourney. So I can like create an image of, say, a robot in a post-apocalyptic UK, and then I can superimpose artwork onto the front of that, and then I can animate it in Midjourney. If you want to have a break for a few minutes while people run around, that's cool. But I was just going to sort of like ramble through it otherwise, and sort of explain some of the plans.
Dude, please ramble through it, man. This is great.
Cool. Okay. So I've already sort of experimented in the past with augmented reality hoodies as well, and also kids merchandise. I really see that there's like this really interesting place where we can create like digital collectibles that kids won't question. You know, sort of kids that build stuff in Roblox and Minecraft and stuff. They would be able to sort of collect little characters, and then owning the character gives them access to some t-shirts, and then the t-shirt has an AR marker on it that makes the little character pop out like a little pet or a little friend that they can pose with and take photos with and stuff like that. So that's something that I'd really like to do, because I think that, you know, I'm seeing from some of my friends' kids and stuff, they are spending an awful lot of their time in gaming environments, and they're sort of alienated from their parents, and they're sort of living in these separate worlds. And I thought it might be quite cool to sort of like meet them where they are a little bit, and sort of like show them that valuing things in the digital world, especially things that could potentially go up in value and be an investment for the future, like Bitcoin or like digital art, can sort of give access to real world things that exist outside of the game. So imagining a little addictive puzzle game that they get access to that gives them a hoodie or a t-shirt or whatever, that they can still go outside and ride bikes and climb trees and still sort of like be related to the things that they're doing in the digital spaces, rather than being completely separate. And I don't know if anyone's already doing that, but there's obviously like there's huge potential there for sort of like getting these sort of spaces connected with the things that youngsters are doing out in the world. So there are a few like kids t-shirts on there as well already, and you can just use Apple Pay or Google Pay or cards or whatever, and it's got international fulfillment. It's a print on demand service. I can go into, like, if anybody's got any questions, I can go into like the details of like how I put it together. I've worked with Subverted Norms. Alex from Subverted Norms has been helping me as a web developer to create the site, and I'm just looking really for like this early stage feedback. I'm not really shouting about it yet because it's not sort of quite finished, but I figured you guys are the ideal people to show. Brooke Hawk and Mr. C have both had some t-shirts delivered after helping me out, after chatting about it in Lisbon, and they've been really happy with the quality of the stuff. So that's a really good sign. I've been buying the stuff myself, and testing them all, and everything's really nice. Embroidery is really good as well. So what I want to do is do a collection working with other artists, and do like a group sort of show, as it were, and come up with a brand and come up with like a collection, and then do something maybe with a collection of avatars or something, and get some of our sort of like favorite artists from the space to sort of work with me, and then you split a contracts for us to sort of like instantly split the money directly from the site if it's crypto purchases. And yeah, I mean, that's sort of like more or less it, really. The space is designed to be like modular. I really love the idea of creating this spaces made out of all these hexagons, so that I've got all of these different pieces that are sort of modular, and then I can just on the fly, when I've got new things to share, I can create new games for people to experiment and play with, and they can jump in on a session like this and try and find the things and get a freebie. That way, it's like a nice, easy, and sort of non-blockchain in a way of being able to just reward people. So I can, all of these items, they cost me to produce. Obviously, they're usually covered by the prices on the site. But I just really like the idea of being able to get my artwork out into the world without sort of like labouring over like how it should be something really special, which is something that's sort of crippling me in terms of like getting new collections made or new artwork sort of put out there. So it means I can sit on my iPad and just draw and get art out there without the sort of like the pressure that I sometimes feel from creating a sort of NFT collections and things like that. I think that's pretty much it, really. I'm just trying to sort of connect a bunch of different interests and create sort of like a side project, as it were, that allows me to sort of get art out into the world, have some fun, get stuff out there into the real world. So that the things that I make in terms of like my sort of GLBs and my highly polished 3D sculptures and things like that, if they don't sell, I'm not freaking out because I'm not making any income. I'm trying to sort of think of a way that I can sort of persist and sustain myself and other artists while having loads of fun, essentially. I haven't seen the chat because I'll be distracted and won't be able to speak if I was watching it. But if there's been any questions, you can just fire away now, and just sort of let me know what you think. And that would be really useful to me. Like I say, there's a few like display issues with the site, but a lot of it I'm really happy with, and it does seem to function really well. But it's still very much a work in progress.
I'm just like going around trying to figure everything out. Laughing my ass off at Jean being an actual coffee vending machine.
Yeah, I just saw him standing next to me. Is it running okay? Are you on a laptop at the moment?
Yeah, normally no, I'm on my desktop, but normally Hyperfly worlds are like not performant for me. But I'm able to get in here with minimal issue. You built it nice and light. But maybe going over real quick, like what we should be looking for. I'm going around and I'm like, what I totally forgot what I should be trying to find.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put an image in the chat. Hold on a second. Go general. I'm gonna put it in here. Is that gonna work? The big image. There's a little animated version of it on the chat now in the general channel. That cube. There's a cube. It's like the size of an avatar. And there's two of them, and they are. You have to sort of explore and try and find them. I can try and screen share. I've been having trouble with my PC, so I've been doing the talking on the phone and stuff. So, but I can give it a go.
I can screen share your site, man. If it would help you to narrate,
that'd be cool. Because I'm a little bit nervous with the PC that's being really weird and freezing and stuff at the moment. So. Yeah, that'd be really helpful.
The loot?
Yeah, the one with the /loot in the title.
All right, give me 1 sec. I think we got it.
What's cool is, nowadays I can replace the sort of like generic, the printful model shoots that come with building the site with my own sort of like models. And I didn't want to just put like human models in there. I thought that was really boring, but at the end of the day, it is clothing, so they need to be humanoid. So I came up with this idea that's going to be sort of like through this specific collection. The idea being that Loot was like a merch store. and the model shots and the images and the marketing for the collection that are going to go out on Twitter and Instagram and all that sort of stuff are robots wearing it long after all the humans have died. So it's like a post-apocalyptic sort of vibe. I like the idea that there's these humanoid robots that are being used like shop front mannequins, which is going to happen if it hasn't happened already. The humans are dead. These robots are wandering around trying to figure out who they are and what they are, but they just happen to be wearing Metageist stuff. So I'm going to put some stuff in the chat now to explain that a little bit. There's a bunch of videos and images going in now. And this has been really fun. And there's some examples that I haven't got in yet because they sort of glitch and stuff, but the way in which the artwork stays on the fabric as fabric blows in the wind or folds or is being worn by robots by doing this is like really quite something else. It's really cool to see, and just a couple of years ago would have taken months to make. So although I still have this like ongoing battle and nervousness around sort of minting AI work, I do like using it to do things like help me sort of like broaden the world building for all sorts of different projects. So those are some of the examples in there. They're not very high res still, but they're just really cool. Have we got any? Has anyone found anything yet? At least it's running. It looks like it's all working well. Oh, Paradox has. Nice, and Dragonade did. Okay, wicked. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Has anyone found the avatar yet? Pixel, it never happened. I can see a bunch of people just jumping around. I might just give it up. But yeah, so I will give a tip. One of the pieces that the big prize can only be got by using a car. One of the hexagons, one of the little hover cars. There's no way of getting to it without using a hover car at one point in the process. What I really like doing as well, I had actually loads more art in here, but I didn't want it to take forever to load. But I've dropped in the Scout, and I really want to do a piece with a T-shirt with an embroidered artwork that brings up an augmented reality Scout that just sort of like sits over your shoulder. That's something I'd like to work on in the future as well. And you can get 3 people on the cars, but I didn't find the time to put the seats in the right place, so it probably looks a complete mess.
Dude, the website looks incredible, man. And I was talking to you before we were setting this up, man, how good AI has gotten at rendering some of this stuff. It's just incredible. And yeah, dude, it makes your stuff look awesome. I know we got a few questions rolling in, and including one of mine. We'll let people continue to run around and hyperfy. I saw a couple screenshots coming in, and people may have found some of the things. But I'll pass the mic over to Show, and we'll get some questions coming your way.
Great, thank you. Yeah, and I'll get back to the people with when I see who got to the cubes first.
Hey, how's my audio?
Sounds great.
Awesome. Hey, Metageist, how you feeling, man? You all right? You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I couldn't speak about 24 hours ago, so I'm a bit rough. But other than that, I'm good. I'm on the mend.
Oh man, it's crazy. So, you have an awesome pattern to you. You know, over the years, I've noticed that many of the times when you go somewhat quiet, there's like a period of time where you just you feverishly start creating, start connecting, and doing all these things, and then like some awesome work comes out. Was that the same thing that happened this go around for this process?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Yeah, it's hard to explain. I've been for the last 6 months or so been jumping around between lots of different projects. I've got an AI collection that I really like, but I'm still sort of like laboring over the idea of like, is it okay to do AI stuff, even though AI has been a theme of my work for years. I've been doing some new really nice, highly textured GLB sculptures, which is like one of the things I really want to do. I've been applying for funding in the UK to do some 8-foot sort of interactive digital screen sculptures, which is again something that I've wanted to do since I did the Cyclops collection a few years ago. Just like do a massive version of these AR sculptures, and that's like the big thing I really want to do. And then I've had this thing sort of ticking over, as well as some virtual paintings I've been doing in VR as well. And I'm trying to just like stop being so goddamn precious about things and just put them out there. And I always feel like everything has to be like a big drop with a big build up, and get some sort of like some I don't know, collaborate with a chain or a platform or a curator or a gallery or whatever. But this one for me is something that I feel like can just sort of go out. It can be a bit rough around the edges, and I can just get it out into the world and sort of like breathe a sigh of relief that at least something has gone out into the world. So I can't do anything else. I'm always going to be an artist. I do stuff every single day, but I'm struggling to sort of share it. So yeah, I'm always feverishly working through things. But the problem is that sometimes these things never get finished, and that's really frustrating. So the fact that I can just go, you know what, I've got this idea for a drawing, I can put it on a hoodie or an art print or a skateboard or something, put it on the site, and then at least I can sort of like sign it off and it's done. I don't do enough stuff like that. I feel like there's quite a lot of artists that are in the same boat as me, in that we're very lucky to be able to not have to get like a full-time job, even though I have been doing quite a lot of quote-unquote normie work in schools recently. So it's a huge luxury to be able to sort of like create what I like, but then there's this immense pressure, and having ridden the sort of the wave and the euphoria of 21 and 22, and then sort of like crash back down again, and then if I don't talk on X, my sort of disappear, and that sort of thing is quite a common thing amongst a lot of digital artists in the space that are still here. Yeah, always working. It's just getting things finished and getting things out there is tricky. It's almost like I built a rod for my own back, because I got to the point where I had complete freedom, which is what I've always wanted, as in no customers, no clients, and just collectors. But then when I'm diagnosed with ADHD, but when you're sort of ADD and you find it hard to sort of wrap things up, it means you've got nobody that you're beholden to. So you can sort of go around in circles with things, and then doubt creeps in, and then you get another new amazing idea, and then there's all these things that aren't quite finished. And I know a lot of people can relate to that, and that's kind of where I've been. So yeah, I do feel like everything's about to just sort of like explode soon, which is good. But this is like the first bit, I suppose. Just sort of trying to be a bit vulnerable, put things out when they're not quite finished, and talk about the process a bit more.
I hear you. There's a lot to unpack there for everyone that's listening. Metageist, would you say that the underlying theme of this brand new project is your relationship to AI, more so your resistance towards using it, your sentiment, your emotions, even maybe your frustration while using it, while building?
Yeah, I'd say I don't know if it's like 3 or 4 years now. I think that has been something that's been part of the art I'm creating. The paintings I'm doing in VR at the moment are really expressive and angry and jagged, and they're hand painted using my hands, but they're also digital, and they're sort of like on that edge. The real world t-shirts, but with the AI sort of storytelling, and also potentially AI helping run it and stuff like that. It's just about navigating what it is to be someone that spent 20 years slowly making digital art that can now be done in a few seconds. So yeah, it runs through everything, I think.
I hear you. We have a question from Rizzle. He would like to know, why isn't Dragonate the model for all of your apparel on your website?
I will do that. I will definitely do that. I'm well up for doing that. I think Dragonate's already got his own line of clothing as well, to be honest.
Sort of.
Yeah, Dragonate, send me some images. We'll do a virtual photo shoot.
That's awesome. we have a question from Dragonade. He would like to know: is there a command to reset your character to the beginning of the hunt? He fell through the map.
Oh, if you fell through the map and didn't die, I'd have to refresh. I'm afraid I haven't built that into it. There's very few places you can get stuck. I couldn't find any myself, but no, there isn't. I also broke the dance. If you do /dance, you're just standing in T pose because I couldn't get the emote to work. So that's broken as well.
Yeah. Oh wait, I was just gonna type to Thantea that I always wear the Cyber Brokers hoodie all the time. So WIP merch would be a no brainer. So everyone noticed, and actually Rizzle kept highlighting the hoodie with the WIP badge and your brand new icon on the back. What would you say was the inspiration for that?
Yeah, the piece was made. It wasn't. I don't know. I just made it. It's just an idea I had for a piece with these characters creating a portal, fixing a portal. And I think I shared it with Rizzle and Matt at one point a while ago when I was still making it. So I was just inspired to make something in Photoshop. I just started making it. It wasn't going to be on a app or on a t-shirt or anything. But we'd had over the years talked about doing like WIP related things. So then I just sort of carried on. I added the no shot shoes, and I added the sword that one of Rizzle's kids made for me on the back of the other one. So it's a little bit of a love letter to the WIP, a little bit of a love letter to sort of crypto voxels. And I figured if there's any community that are going to help me sort of experiment with this, it's going to be the WIP fam. And I think avatars, I'll do more avatars with wearing hoodies, but I think I'll also do some much more experimental things as well. But I figured start figurative, start humanoid, start sort of it's also very typical of an NFT project to do black hoodies. I realised that. But I've got a lot of ideas and a lot of sketches and stuff for very different things that might be appeal to different groups as well. But I got to start with my sort of first love and the fam. And also I'm open to getting ideas of anybody else who wants to join in and be part of it, or if anyone's got any sort of pieces that I've made in the past or that they own or whatever that they're interested in seeing on a shirt or whatever. It's very easy for me now to create these things and put them up on the site, and they're instantly available internationally. So I can be very sort of quick, which is another one of the things that I'm really excited about with this.
Yeah, I hear you. And for the record, I mean, I wear all black all the time. That's I guess that's a little quirk of mine, style wise. So I'm not really judging you. If anything, I'm like, please hit us with black hoodies. That's like my jam. I'm the target demo for that.
Yeah, me too.
So that's not a big deal. But wait, what was I gonna ask you? Oh, okay, all right. Aside from money. And I know since I'm even saying aside from money, subconsciously you're going to be thinking money all the time since I just said it. But what else do you need? Just period. What else does an artist need in order to I guess, get what their ideal future is, what they want? I mean, and obviously everyone thinks, yeah, money will grease wheels and do things, but what else?
Oh God, I don't know. I think most artists would be remiss to not say validation. I think there's part of us wants to express something and put it out into the world, and for other people to get it. So that's part of why we're sort of compelled to make stuff. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's just being able to sustain it, really. Just being able to, and for me, I get a lot of enjoyment, a lot of fun out of making things like these mini games and stuff. Especially in something like Hyperfy, where it's really quick. It's just such a fast process when it comes to sort of having an idea of a space and building it. I guess it really is. It's just support in any way, really. Just having somebody say that's a cool idea or whatever can really help artists. A little bit of validation here and there. And other than that, like attentive curators and collectors and galleries and stuff like that. I'm still a firm believer that you can build galleries inside games. But I'm also sort of hyper aware of the fact that, especially like the artwork I've made here, shows us working together and stuff. that I don't collaborate enough. So that's something that I need. I need people that I can sort of like work with on things over the long term, so that I'm beholden to them. I can be held accountable, and then of course can sort of like bounce ideas off and help them and get some sort of back and forth. So I think the Metageist thing is going to be. It would be nice if it was a handful of people working together. So yeah, I think Pete is the guy I might do avatars with. I want to work with people on Hyperfy spaces. I think because we're sort of like we're all in different parts of the world. One thing that I need is the ability to collaborate on projects. That's something that I think I'm missing at the moment.
That's awesome. Lastly, we have a question from Paradox. He would like to know, are you a disciple of the cult of the eye?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it's very similar. Yeah. I mean, yes, I always am. Funnily enough, there's eyes and things related to eyes in all of my art, going all the way back from my first mints. There's retinas and cyclops and all sorts of Ocelli Nexus, the big piece that I put up in Lisbon recently that had some like OG CV stuff on it. Ocelli is actually the rudimentary eyes on the tops of the heads of insects. So I'm very much part of the cult of the eye. But I think Paradox is referring to something that was in CV many years ago in Crypto Voxels. Weirdly enough, I was in one of our Crypto Voxel spaces today because I'm definitely, I agree with everybody who's saying that CV needs to come alive again and we need to make it great again. So I'm excited to do that. But the cult of the eye was something I never fully understood it, but it was just eyes that popped up in Crypto Voxels around, and it looks very similar. I hadn't realised that, but it's absolutely right.
I always thought it was one of y'all popular crypto artists, under a pseudonym or like a fake collective, but then you're all decentralized, but contributing to this cult and just adding to the mythos just by doing random things, but then just tagging it with the eye, which is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I wasn't. I don't think I was directly part of it though. But I think Paradox knows a bit more than he's letting on. But I really, one thing, like when it comes back to like things we need, I want to hear feedback and I want to hear the criticisms. There's so many moving parts when it comes to a site that works on different screens and uses different blockchains and has different interactions and things like that. And yeah, so anything that's broken would be really useful for me to find out about, because I'm more or less doing it on my own. I do have Alex working with me from Subverted Norms. And he's been really responsive, although he's been too busy the last few days. So there's a few little things that haven't got completed. But other than that, he's been extremely good and really responsive, really helpful for me. So that's been something that has helped me get things sort of more or less like out there and ready for the world.
Yo, y'all heard him. Look at Metageist's site, his Hyperfy spot, break everything, give him constructive criticism. Dude, I have a feeling your shit is dope, man. I have a feeling all you're going to come away with here is validation, if that's the word of the day here. For real, man. I mean, man, this is like the people who are going to appreciate this the most. And what you're doing is incredible. Dude, we need to do a photo op. We got real Paradox in the house, fortunately, so we don't screw this up. But want to make sure you got everything, all the information out there, man. I'll do another link drop so everyone's got all the things and everything. But anything else you want to hit everybody with before we wrangle everybody for a picture?
No, that's everything. There was a lot of bullet points and I've gone through them all. If anything has been interesting to you and I haven't gone into enough detail, then just DM me. I could show you like how the site works and things like that and that sort of stuff. But no, I'm good. We could either take a picture in front, like here near the bouncers with the sort of like towers behind us, or maybe in front of the artwork. I guess it's up to the expert himself.
Yeah, fortunately, we don't have to make these decisions. Sometimes we've been stuck on our own lately because Paradox has been out in Normie land doing whatever he does out there. But we got him today, so we don't have to make any decisions. We can just get the music going, and everyone. I'll drop the link to Hyperfy while the music's playing. Everybody load in, and we'll get a group shot going.
Yeah, it's a shame I broke the dance. I was trying to get the break dancing to work so that we'd all spin on our heads, but it didn't work.
Dude, I think we should all do T-poses.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's pretty funny. I don't know. I don't know if we can jump while we're in T-pose, which would be funny. No, can we? No, it gets rid of it.
I see a bunch of people in T-pose already. All right. Yo, Dragon, if you could hit the music, give everybody a chance to load in. And if you type /dance, it'll put you in a T-pose. And we're all just standing there looking like we're about to be crucified. It'll be dope.
Yes, just give me another second. My shit broke, so it's restarting.
Dragonade started turning on all his putting on all his hoodies for his modeling career.
It's me, Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
Alrighty, how am I sounding? 10 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 1 out of
Yes.
10? Yes, thank you, Dragonate. All right, let's do 2 group photos today. If you're in world and you're still driving around or you're running around, now's your chance to jump in the water and kill yourself so you respawn. But yeah, we're gonna do 2 photos. So everyone seems to be gathered down near the where is it, near the cars. So let's do a group photo there first. So make sure you're we'll do a wide shot. So kind of spread out around. I'll take a quick picture and post it so you can see roughly the framing. Let's get this going. Okay. All right, here's the picture coming so you can see where we're at. Boom. Okay, cool. Let's just have a quick fly around. Wow, for once, I think everyone is already ready. Cool. So, Dragonate, music? Hit me with some music. Everyone else, either do some jumping or type WIP into the chat, please. T-pose, /dance. Okay, thank you, Dragonate. Okay. Follow the watermelon. Right, we're going to go back to where we spawned. So if everyone can jump up to where we spawned, please. Excellent. Right, I'm just going to show you the framing. Okay, so you're facing away from the artwork. Kind of spread out anywhere, like on the kind of rocks, I guess. Right, spread out a little bit. I'm just going to show you the framing. It's going to be a little bit wider than this. That gives you an idea. Okay, most people facing the wrong way, so make sure you face away from the artwork. So we've got Blessed Plana facing the wrong way. There we go, beautiful, Joff. Right, and should we try and make a line, actually, and then we can T-pose? That might be kind of cool. I'm going to move this watermelon. And, Metageist, you've got to be in the middle, man. Obviously. Come on, yeah. Right, Blessed Banana, let's spread out a little bit so we're in a nice line. Anonymous, probably Rizzle, by the looks of it. Okay, I think this is the best we're gonna get. All right, cue the music again, please, Dragonate. Beautiful. Oh, thank you very much. Excellent fade out, Dragonite. All right,
You're welcome.
that is everything from me. I want to say, beautiful space, Metageist. Love it. It's brilliant. I knew this would be a good whip. Right, I'll shut my mouth up. I'll speak to you guys next week. I think. I'm just waiting to hear what the hell Show and Rizzle have got to say. Right, laters. Bye.
Yo, yes, definitely come back next week. I'm not telling you anything. Show and I are going to keep our mouths sealed, but we have a surprise for every single person who's ever signed a guest book in the entire history of the WIP. So you're going to want to be there. Yo, these pictures are stoic as fuck with everybody in the T-pose. It's incredible. Yo, thank you so much, Metageist, for coming through and putting together all of this for us. Buy all Metageist's merch, and especially if you got like the discount code and everything. And support the fam. Thanks everyone for coming through. I'm going to throw the mic over to Matt to wrap things up, and then make sure you stick around for the afties.
Great whip, y'all. Everyone showed up squad deep. Love to see it. Love to see all the DI's avatars too. Shout out Cody in attendance. Shout out Arthur. Shout out Jean the vending machine. That was incredible. Yeah, literally have no idea what Rizzle and Show have planned for next week, but totally here for it. Love to be personally just like love to come to the WIP and get surprised. So next week it's going to be a big surprise. Yeah, put the pressure on Ben. Cryptovoxels, we're going to manifest that shit, make Cryptovoxels great again. Feel it. It's going to be something special, bringing the history, bringing everyone back together. Shout out to Stina Jones, seeing you down there in the chat. Love to see you. Thank you everyone, and let's get into the afties with Show. Later, y'all.
Wait, is this thing on?
It's time for the afties.
Hot takes, opinions, thoughts. Let's go.
Hey y'all. Don't leave yet. Or leave and not hear what I have to say. Either or, it's up to you. Click on me in the voice channel, see what I'm sharing real quick. How's my audio, by the way?
Yes.
Cool. I'll just let you all click on me. I'm sharing my screen at the top of the voice channel. All right. Cool. Is that cool for everyone? All right. WIP fam. Okay, I'm just like I'm giving a deflated screaming yell because I want to temper your expectations about anything. When people have secrets or like they say, "Oh, a big thing is coming," and then it's not what you think or want it to be or whatever, then you're like deflated, right? So I'm just gonna temper like your expectations, because expectations are the root of a man or woman or non-gender specific individual's downfall. All right, so whatever. All right, but it's a big announcement. All right. So this is the announcement of an announcement of a thing, right? So yeah, all right. So let me just take a sip of coffee real quick. No, Fantea. Not unless I'm getting paid, but that has nothing to do with the fuck I'm talking about from this. All right, that was just a joke to you. Okay, it's not about anything. But with fam, this is the deal. I want you to tell every crypto artist who's ever come to the WIP, every attendee of the WIP from the height of when everything existed in Discord, the DAO leaders, DAO community members, tell people who were associated, who you met through the WIP. I want you, for real, all you in the voice channel right now, you know at least one person, if not two or three, who's an artist, who had a product that you presented to the WIP. Someone who got inspired by something, a tool that assisted you through the WIP. we have so many presenters back in the day who had legendary things, and I mean that. And it's so crazy when you say, oh yeah, this person, and then people are like, oh well, why haven't I ever heard of you? What is the WIP meetup? Why haven't I heard? And then the conversation's awkward because it's like, no, why haven't you heard of the WIP? Oh no, I heard of Rock Radio. No, okay, but why haven't you heard of the WIP meetup? It's not a lack of what we haven't done, right? Easy, right? It's not a lack of like non-self promotion. It's not a lack of consistency. Rug Radio wasn't as consistent as the WIP meetup. Truthfully, many of the spaces are not as consistent as the WIP meetup. Every Thursday, save for a vacation here or there, consistent each year. And there's a little tidbit that that me and Rizzle are up on that we're gonna reveal next week in regards to consistency, which is gonna blow your fucking mind. But the big announcement will blow you. nudge wink. I'm not blowing you, motherfucker. But no, it's big. This thing of ours. You know, this thing of ours. The Italian references. This thing of ours, La Cosa Nostra, that we call the WIP. La WIP Nostra has influenced so many people. People have taken our blueprint and have become successful. They literally copied us. They've copied us and become successful. And many people say, "Oh, why aren't you successful? If you are the creator of it, why aren't you successful?" That's life, man. That's life. But success, it has different levels. Consistency, though. Consistency is where it's at. That like when people say they don't know what the WIP is or whatever, you have to ask, who are the leaders of your favorite platforms? Who are the creators of certain things? Who's the head honcho? Who's the CEO? Like, you have to ask those people, and they'll tell you. This is a higher level, higher tier. This is not that we're snooty or snobby, but the level of influence isn't on the ground. Even though we're hyper grassroots, we're grass level, right? Our influence is at the top of the top. Literally, the people who manifest and create things, the people who can snap their fingers and have a product out, and then they come see us. Many millionaires have come through these doors. They just don't tell you that they made millions. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. This is very real. This is very real. Very real, and respect is relative, but it's very real. This has been a thing that's been here. If someone has missed it consistently, but yet said that they're in the crypto space, you have to question them. BAYC, while being a flash in the pan, in terms of consistency, it's not really consistent. A viable product, not consistent. The community itself, its ethos, what it provides, not consistent. The formula of the WIP being what it is, being self-aware, but not overly oppressive in terms of its hierarchy, where like forcing people to do things they don't want to do, or like anything that you would get from like a Web2 collective. This is innovative in that fact. There's a hierarchy, but not in the way that makes you feel like, oh my god, dude, oh my god, I have to wake up at 9 a.m. and then I have to talk to this person at the water cooler, and then I have to get these spreadsheets out, and then it's formatted incorrectly, and now I'm gonna get chastised at the 5-day review that happens every week, and then my job is on the line, then I have to talk to HR. You follow me on this? Anyway, to be honest, there's nothing to talk about in the space other than what the fuck is gonna happen next week. All right. So I just wanted to tell you all that. I want you all to just go out, a tweet, a cast, repeat what I told you. If you've ever come to the WIP at any time, you're going to want to come next week. I don't know what everyone else is doing. You may have plans. I don't know, Labor Day plans, whatever. I get that. If you ever come to the WIP, come next week. I've never told you that before. In 6 years, 5 years, now it's 5.5. 5.5 years, I've never told you that. Rizzle's never told you that. 10 years. Matthew's never told you. 10 years. We never demanded your presence. So just take that as what it is, all right? So anyway, everyone, thank you so much for coming through to this edition of the Afties. Thank you for coming through to this edition of the WIP Meetup proper as a whole. Shout out to Metageist for presenting presentable things. Shout out the entire leadership team here at meme.com. WIP crew, you know I love each and every single one of you. Bring your asses next week. WIP fam, come through next week. You have agency over your life. I get it. You don't like, you be like, no show. I don't want to, I'm a natural rebel. I don't want to listen to you. I have more important things to do. Then do it. It's okay. It's okay. Go do what the fuck you have to do. But if you want to know what the fuck we're talking about, like, oh, I'll find out later. No, you won't. You won't find out later. You won't find out later. You won't experience later. You know why? Because the WIP Meetup has always been about experiencing this shit to understand it in real time. Experiencing Web3 in real time. You got me? So please, a cast, a tweet, tell a friend, be like, hey man, like they ain't you used to go to blah blah, go to your communities and say, hey, they got something. And they'll be like, what is it? I don't know, but they said it was something. Like, oh man, I'm not fucking listening to you, dude, man. Like, fuck those guys, man. Dude, I fucking hate that guy who's always screaming and yelling at the end of the WIP being nonsensical and his microphone is scratchy and like I fucking hate that dude, man. I hate that guy too. It's all performative. It's a character. The whole point of it was to be counter Web3 culture at the time. That was the point of it. It was to be counter all the VC energy that would only talk to you in PC terms and not mean what they say and say what they mean. It was supposed to be the rabble rouser that was going to light a fire up your ass. That was the Afties. That was the whole point. That was the whole entire point. Okay? So even the people that hate this character, those people low-key respect and admire the character too. They just don't tell you or anyone else. That's a secret. Okay? WIP fam, come through. All right? Much love. I'll see you next week.
One, two, three, four. Mashed potatoes, I want chicken, cheese. Yes, oh cheese, oh cheese, oh cheese, oh. This is awesome, 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 Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Pizza's good too. I like where this is going, yeah. Yes, cheese. Kill the audio box with fire, with fire. Death to audio problems. Lactose intolerant people, I am so sorry. Give me that shit.
carried away. We all love a good meme explorer song. Cheddar, cheddar, blue cheese. Better Way says cheese emoji. Randolph has cheese. Meme explorers with extra cheese. Death to audio. Death to audio problems. Death to audio. To audio problems. Cheddar, cheddar, won't go out for days. Cheese is like fire. Yes, oh, death to audio. Audio problems. Death to audio. To audio problems. Death to audio. A gift of cheddar cheese. Audio problems don't deserve to live. Two emoji with the tongue sticking out. Emmentaler and Gruyere. That almost rhymes. Cheddar is money given now. Spend some of your cheddar on that, please. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death to audio. Oh, oh. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death to audio. Oh, oh, oh. Ah, oh. Ah, 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 oh, oh, oh. Ah, oh. Ah, 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 oh. Elmo. Lots of gifts of cheesy things, all up in the Discord of meme explorers. Oh, lots of gifts of cheesy things. Captain heart eyes, clap, clap, clap. Cheese steak, cookie, hi, cheese is the best. Gifts of cats with cheese on their faces, death, death, death. The only thing we love more than cheese is gifts. The only thing is fondue. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death to audio. Cheese is live. Audio problems. Cheese is live. Oh, 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 yeah. Yay. The little kitten says LOL, and Elmo's on fire, and Ernie's got condoms on his ears, so fire, so fire. Death to audio, to audio, death to audio, LMA, give me cheese, oh give me death to audio, death to audio. Vibe check, vibe check, death to high pain. I want some lemonade, make cheese great again. Condoms on the ears, that's what it looked like to me. Oh, death to audio problems, to audio, death to audio problems, to audio. I'm vibing, make cheese lemonade. When life gives you rotten cheese, you make cheese lemonade. So much cheese and some sriracha, some cheese and some sriracha. Me vibing big time when Rizzle coins. You make nachos, you make nachos. Love the song so dope, stuff that cheese in your face. Stuff that cheese in your face with jalapeno. With jalapeno. In your face, cheese whiz. Pickles, yes, cheese whiz. In your face, I said death to audio, to audio, death to audio, to audio, death to audio. To audio, to audio, to audio, Elmo's audio, to audio, good audio, having like their audio, to audio. Yeah, that's it. Oh my lord. Whew. I have to turn on the fan.